You might be asking, where the heck am I? But I'll get to that later. Now, today, the Big 12 tournament started. A lot of good things happened for KU, but also some scary things happened before this game even started. But at least KU came out with a win. So with that, let's do a review. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Drew, better known as RockChalk01, and today, yesterday, whenever you're watching this, the one-seeded Kansas Jayhawks headed down to Kansas City, Missouri for their annual quest for a Big 12 Conference Tournament title as they took on the 8-seeded West Virginia Mountaineers and won comfortably, and I mean comfortably, over the Mountaineers by a final score of 78-61. So yeah, before I get started, you might be asking, where the heck are you? And I'm at my grandma's house. That's where I was watching the game. So I thought I would do the review here in her basement, which, thanks, Grandma. But again, there was a lot of good things and bad things that happened in the game itself, but there was a few scary moments that happened hours before this game started, as Bill Self, the head coach, was admitted to the hospital for what is considered a blood clot that they found early. He is in recovery. He's doing well, but still, prayers go out to him and his family in what we would consider this difficult time. But back to the game. Wow. I did not expect us to do this well against this team. After West Virginia had to play last night going up against the Red Raiders and absolutely killing them, I thought this game would be pretty stinking close. And it was for most of the game until probably the last 5 minutes where KU just absolutely blew them out of the water. So, yeah, a lot of good things happened. And speaking of good things, there was like statistical good things, a few bad things in there. But yeah, with all that said, for those of you who do not know, give positives and negatives about the game, give a player of the game, and a player who needs to improve. Without further ado, let's do it. All right, positives. KU's shooting performance, and I'm also going to tie in KU's defense against West Virginia's shooting. Both of them were incredible. Let's go with KU's shooting, and most notably it comes from the second half. But KU shot 52% from the field and 35% from three. And also for the second half, if you just take a look at the second half alone, KU shot 67% from the field and 46% from three. Those are huge improvements from like the last 4 games. And yeah, KU shooting has not been the greatest, and thank God it finally went back up to scale, and we're shooting 50-something to 30-something in terms of that ratio. And then add on top of it, KU held West Virginia under their averages as the Mountaineers shot 45% from the field, 21% from three in this game, and 64% from the free throw line. Wow. That's remarkable. In fact, we held West Virginia to only 1 3-pointer in the first half alone. So a lot of good things came out of it, and that's how KU managed to win this game. So shooting well and holding West Virginia under their averages, that's positive. Turnovers. KU won the turnover battle, barely, but still managed to win it, as KU forced 13 West Virginia turnovers and scored 13, while the Mountaineers forced only 11 Jayhawk turnovers and scored 10. I mean, yeah, we took better care of the ball. I mean, it was a sloppy game, to say the least, in terms of how the turnovers happened. But we did take care of the ball better. We actually scored off of their mistakes. So a lot of good things happened. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed with how this team did defensively, but also taking care of the basketball. So winning the turnover battle, that's also a positive. Rebounding. KU won the rebounding battle comfortably, as the Jayhawks grabbed 37 rebounds while the Mountaineers grabbed 31. In fact, if you go just take a look at the offensive glass, KU did much better, grabbing 8 rebounds while the Mountaineers only grabbed 4. I mean, after getting obliterated on the rebounding battle in Austin, thank God we grabbed rebounds on the offensive glass in this one, because it was basically win or go home and wait for Selection Sunday if we didn't do that. And sure enough, we did. And those rebounds led to points. So, yeah, with all that said, taking care of the glass, that's also a positive. And the final positives are nitpick positives, as KU won the points in the paint. In fact, creamed West Virginia in terms of points in the paint, 52-36. Also creamed them in second chance points, 16-2. And then won comfortably in fast break points, 12-8. I mean, holy cow. When was the last time KU scored 50-plus points in the paint? I mean, we've done it this season, but it hasn't happened in a long time. And the fact that we did it here in probably the toughest tournament that we're going to have to play in. And yes, the betting odds say that it's tougher to win the Big 12 tournament than Kansas goes to the Final Four. And it's barely, it's that close. But the fact that we're doing this in this type of situation, scoring 52 points in the paint, scoring 16 second chance points and holding them to 2, I mean, what can you say? So, yeah, with all that said, those are my positives. Negatives. We're going to start with the biggest negative, and that's KU's free throw shooting percentage. And it was horrible. That's probably one of the worst free throw shooting performances of the season, as KU shot an abysmal 42%. And a few guys went over. I mean, what in the world happened? It was just god-awful. We could not save ourselves from the free... If this was a closer game and free throws was the reason we lost, yeah, we just need to start bending our frickin' knees and having good follow-throughs, or else we're going to get absolutely creamed if we make it all the way to the championship game, which I don't know if that's going to happen. But for the sake of it, free throws, that's a negative. Another negative, fouls. Oh man, the refs were not in KU's favor in this ball game at all. And yeah, people would say, oh yeah, they get all the calls and all that stuff. Bull, as KU was called for 18 personal fouls, while the Mountaineers were only called for 11. And 2 of our guys had 4 fouls in this game. And West Virginia, I think, only had 1. So it was not what people would expect to happen. And the fact that it was this drastic, I mean, this could have gone either way at this point. But thankfully, it didn't. And we just need to stop. It's mostly where we have our big guys put our hands up and then they try and go for a block and then they just get the wrist. So we just got to do better on that. So yeah, losing the foul battle, that's a negative. And the final nitpick negative was Kansas losing the bench point battle 19-5. Now, in retrospect, this could have been technically different, but we got to go with the fact that Joseph Yesufu actually started in this game and not Kevin McCullough, as he was dealing with back spasms. So yeah, Kevin McCullough was on the bench, and that's why the numbers are different. If it was the exact opposite, where McCullough was actually starting and Joe was on the bench, it would have been 19-9 and we still would have lost. But, I mean, our bench did fine. We got some guys to score. So, I don't know. I consider it still a negative. So, with all that said, those were my negatives. All right, player of the game. I want to give some honorable mentions first because there's a few guys who need it. KJ Adams had a really good shooting night, but his free throw percentage sucks, so this is why he gets an honorable mention. 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists and a block in 30 minutes. Went 6 of 9 from the field, but an abysmal 1 for 4 from the free throw line. I mean, he was improving and all that stuff, and then it just went downhill in this game. So, unfortunately, just because of his free throw field goal percentage, I'm gonna give him just an honorable mention. DeJuan Harris was another guy who I would consider. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and 5 steals in 38 minutes. 6 of 11 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. The cold shooting night from 3 just put him there. But other than that, what a game from DeJuan. And knock on wood still, but if Juan scores 10 plus, KU is undefeated. So, a remarkable performance from DeJuan Harris, and he nearly had a double-double doing it. He could have been closer to a triple-double, but he played great. And if it wasn't for his 3-point field goal percentage, I would have given it to him. But he does get an honorable mention. And the other honorable mention is Grady Dick. Holy cow! Grady Dick, thank you. After having his 2 worst games of the season, he played really well. 18 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist in 37 minutes. 7 of 12 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3, and 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Yeah, he played great, especially after the 2 games that he had, or the last 2 games he's had. But if he would have made his free throw, there's a good chance he would have been the player of the game. But someone just edged him out, so I'm going to give him the honorable mention, which means that my true player of the game is Jalen Wilson. Come on, this was a no-brainer. Another double-double for Jalen Wilson as he finished with 22 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal in 38 minutes. 9 of 17 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, and a perfect 3 for 3 from the free throw line. What can you say? I mean, the dude played remarkable. He put up another double-double, which puts him higher on KU's double-double list, rebounding list, and scoring list. I think he's top 30 now. But yeah, Jalen Wilson played a remarkable game, and you can tell he's the true leader of this team in just the performance he played. So with that being said, Jalen Wilson is my player of the game. Player who needs to improve. Not many options in this one. I mean, you could say Kevin McCullough, but he is dealing with back spasms, so I'm going to let it slide. But still, he had 3.7 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal in 26 minutes, and didn't shoot very well either. But I'm going to go with Ernest Uday. Now, I get it that it could be blasphemy, but I just can't pass this up. 2 points, 4 rebounds, and a steal in 10 minutes, with 1 of 2 from the field and 0 for 2 from the free throw line. He could have had more productivity, I will put that out there. But the fact that he missed both his free throws, short-armed them both, and also was in big foul trouble. It's his freshman mistakes that really hurt him in this one. I mean, there was multiple times he would body check him and give him an elbow or here and there. A reach in here, there, another foul going for a block. Yeah, I just couldn't pass this up. I mean, I also could have given it to Bobby Pettiford, but he really didn't do much in 5 minutes except missed a shot. So, I really don't have very many options here. So, for the sake of this video, Ernest Uday is my player who needs to improve. And that's going to do it for my review of KU versus West Virginia. Again, the final score, Kansas 78, West Virginia 61. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe, and push that notification bell, and tell your friends about these videos. And I will see you again, probably within the next 24 hours, as the Hawks will still be in Kansas City. Request for a Big 12 title, as they will take on the Iowa State Cyclones in the Big 12 semifinals. But until then, have a good day. Never ever bring exotic dancers to the field house, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.